Hey, what's going on, peeps? Derek here, bringing you day 18 of the 31 Days of Horror. What I got for you guys today is a film from 1972. It's a psychological, thriller, kind of in the same vein as, what's it? The film I reviewed earlier this month, The Harvest. It's kind of like in the same vein as that. And it's a film I haven't seen before, but I heard people have been recommending this to me left and right. And it's really interesting, and I'll get into that later about how I feel about it. And it's from 1972. It's from director Robert Milligan, who's a director I have heard of, but I haven't seen his work until this film. This is the first film I've seen of his. And it's based off a novel by Thomas Tyrone, who also wrote the screenplay. And it goes by the title of The Other. Main plot of this one, it centers around these two twins. Their names are Niles and Holland Perry. They live in, this film takes place in the Great Depression era, like the 30s, maybe like the late 30s, I want to say. And Niles is the good twin. You could tell, like, when you first meet him. And Holland's more of the troublemaking twin who has like some bad vibes going through him. And pretty much what happens is Holland starts making mischief and causing people to get hurt, and Niles is taking the blame for it. And the only one that kind of believes him is his grandmother, Ada, who taught him the special gift of teleporting himself through other objects. It's kind of an interesting gift they show, like, displayed in the film. And pretty much what happens is Ada's trying to stop Holland from taking over Niles and blaming Niles for all the mischief. That's all I'm going to get into the plot of this film, because this plot has very major spoilers. Once you go after the first hour of it, it really dwells into another area of the film, which gets more into the psychological stuff of it. Yeah, it just spoils the whole film for you. You don't want to go any further into it. Now, my main thoughts on it is very, especially after you find out that twist, that I'm not going to spoil for you, it's really like a totally different feel film, because you're following these two twins throughout it, and then you're like, what the fuck? But other than that, I really did love the twist in this, because I wasn't expecting it at all. And the performances are great, especially by the twins. They're played by Chris and Martin Yudovakin. I probably butchered the hell out of that. It's like some kind of Russian name. And they really did a great job to, because they're really brothers in real life, and they played off each other, with that said. And yeah, they just had that believability that they were with their roles, and they did look different and stuff, and had different attitudes, which I really did like about the film, and how they were represented in it. It also has Uta Hagen in it as grandmother Ada. She's really good in this. She's probably one of the best parts of the film, because her character gets into the darkness of this whole story and shows she knows what's going on more than what we do through the whole film. And it also has a few smaller, lesser roles, and actually there's a smaller role by John Ritter in the film. He plays Niles and Holland's sister's, I believe it's her husband in the film. He has a small role, but it's good to see, because early 70s, and you see these actors that you knew growing up in like these small roles before they became like big, and John Ritter was one of them, and it was really cool to see John Ritter in this film. So I grew up watching him while I was a kid and stuff in films, and yeah, the acting was pretty good and solid. And the one gripe I have with this film, it's edited really fast, and even like, I know like that's what I'm saying, the editing could have been a little off because some scenes are edited like weird to me. But other than that, I did have like, and the structure of the film was really well done. Another thing I forgot to mention was the score for this film. I referenced The Omen earlier and stuff, and I think and the score is by Jerry Goldsmith, who actually scored The Omen. And has like that feel to it, like that, more like that feel, like, you know that scene in The Omen where Gregory Peck and his wife have young Damien and they're going through the park, and they lose him, but it was like kind of, and then they find him and they hold him and stuff. It was kind of like that feel for the music in this film, which I really did like. I like that when Goldsmith does like scores like this, but it has its tense moments too, and when it comes in, it really does bring. I always enjoy Jerry Goldsmith scores. I grew up listening to like Planet of the Apes and Seconds. It's another film though for another, and The Omen of course, and First Blood and Rambo, and all those scores are awesome, and Gremlins. List goes on with Jerry Goldsmith. Other than that, yeah, really interested in well done film, and the ending, awesome. I loved how this film ended. I've seen a lot of films end like this, so it didn't like enthrall me as much as it probably would if I saw this for like the first time back in the 70s when it came out. But other than that, the ending was really well done, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. Like I said, I can't really go into the plot of this one because it will just spoil the film for you. So if I had to rate the other, I'm gonna give a solid 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you like bad kid films like The Bad Seed or The Omen or any of those. I highly recommend the other. 8.5 out of 10. Alright guys, that's all I got for day 18. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to mix it up a bit, do like maybe a few new ones and then do a few older films. And then next week, Halloween week, so we got some films, more films planned out for that. But you might see me again during this day, because I might do a little something special, because I'm gonna branch out and maybe do like a It Came the 80s later on, because I haven't done one in a while. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to hear back if you've seen the other. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. Please leave some comment, guys. Like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this review. I'll check you out tomorrow. Peace out.